Adrenaline Motorsports. This is Fred Blanchard, your host, and it's a pretty big deal for us here. And the Speed Week and the people that are involved in the event, and they come from all walks of life. You have people who are from the levels of aerospace engineering. You've got people who are retired, and they want the thrill of being able to get involved with a project car. And I've met several of those. And then you have those at the higher levels of land speed racing who have been doing it consecutively for quite a few years, and their performance levels have certainly shown that. And we have met several at that level. I had the privilege of having some conversations quite a few weeks ago with Seth Hammond, who sets quite a few of the records there at the Salt Flats. And with the brand new vehicle that he has, it also is a Lakester, and it is one spectacular piece of work. If you ever have the opportunity to get on the internet and type his name in there, possibly he might have some photos of the car. And it's the latest in aerodynamic design, high-tech electronics throughout, and he is certainly a skilled craftsman. And I must tell you that he brings his crew along, and I had the opportunity to meet with him. I actually invited myself to one of his engine testing deals, and he was very kind and allowed me to come in and watch and see how they operate. And I was just amazed with the quality of the people and how professional they are in their approach. And I will say that without a doubt, he will be one that's going to be setting a record in his class there at the Salt Flats this coming week, I'm sure. And other people that I've met there, again, I mentioned MyTech, Mike Lefevre's. He'll be there. He's got a modified Roadster with a NASCAR Dodge engine, which is, I believe, running C-Class. That engine is a real performer, and it's called Lefevre's and Jessel, and Jessel's involved with him in regards to the project car. And, of course, Mike's got his family with him, Ryan and Kevin, both boys, and Mike also travels. He brings his wife along, and she kind of protects all of them, I guess. She's got them all into making sure that they don't step out of line, but he's got some good kids, and Kevin is the regular driver, and Ryan's getting his licensing, so I'm sure they're going to be there and have a great time. And that's another family that I'm going to be meeting with and hopefully being pitted by, and getting some guidance along the way as we move forward to try to achieve our goals here and what we try to do. And then you got Jim Dinko and his son with their street roadster that set a record there at El Mirage. And Jim has since then did some engine modifications, and hopefully will move forward in what he does. And Jim, if you're listening, I want to thank you very much for your kindness and loaning me a pair of wheels that I couldn't get made. So I want to thank you very much for that. You saved me, and I got the tires mounted on there, and I got the new wheel studs on there, and we're good to go. We're just got to assemble it all. But again, I thank you very much for your help in this matter, and you're a good pal, and I won't forget it. Thank you very much. And others that are going to be there is Kenny Logan, his partner in the modified Roadster, with a new cylinder head combination, updated to say the least. It's an area cylinder head package. It's going to have, again, it's the modified Roadster. It's supercharged fuel, and they've gone to great extremes to bring that engine around where they think that they got a good handle on it this year. I think that they're going to make some pretty good runs, and with the things that they've added to it, I think that I think they're going to do okay this year. Last year they had gremlins, and they had some issues with some pistons and stuff like that, but they've got a crew that won't quit, and we saw them thrashing at trying to get this thing apart and back together, and fixing this and fixing that, and we loaned them an oil pump even there just to try and solve a problem there. But I think that all those problems are going to be behind them. They're moving forward with their project. And then another bit of news is we found out that the former Arius Lakester is available for sale. As a matter of fact, one of the finest cars I've seen in some years, and I was very impressed with the construction, and Dave Tuttle was very instrumental in building that car, California chassis. And the Arius has had that for a while, but through no fault of their own, they decided that they had to move on, and the car was sold to Gene McFadden out of Texas, and Gene has made a yeoman really attempt to move forward with the car, and he has tried different crew chiefs and combinations and what have you, and he's been there for several years now working at that project, and what he's he's decided that he also is going to move on, and the car is now up for sale, and it is supplied with an engine. It's got a tow dolly, it's got a trailer, and the whole thing. And for about a 50 grand, you can go racing, and I'll tell you what, that's good value. That car, I know for a fact, value-wise, you couldn't build it for $100,000. In fact, you couldn't build it for $150,000. There's so much work in that car. Just the detail and the quality of work in that car is phenomenal. I think that if you were really involved and wanted to get involved with land speed racing, that car in itself would be a good value for somebody. And right now, I think they're running injected fuel. It's a alcohol engine with electronic injection on there. Believe me, it's great value. I don't know if you could go out and buy all the parts and build it. I think it'd take you 2 years to build that type of a car. You need to have a look at it. If you're interested at all, you need to call. In fact, you can call the Arius company. They'll put you in touch with Gene McFadden, or you can call. If you don't want to call Arius, you can call Atomic Speedway, which is Nick Arius III. That's Nick's son, and he knows a lot about that car. And I know he feels pretty bad about having to sell the car, but he can give you all the heads up and the quality of the car that it is and what it took to build it if you want all the details. But I'll tell you that it is available now, and I think that you may want to consider looking at something like that if you want to go land speed racing. And the car's already, it's been 270 miles an hour, and believe me, it's quite a stable car, and it's high quality, and that's tremendous value for that thing.